Here we are, self-isolation meal number 2 by me, Kim. Challenging you all to go ahead and grab what you have in the cupboard, use what you have, do not go out. Self-isolation meals, videotape them, hashtag self-isolation meal, and post them. Hi everybody, it's me, Kim. Today I'm going to be making shakshuka, and it is the most amazing recipe that I have had in quite some time. It is easy, it's simple, yet it's deep. It has a lot of culture, and I'm sure that it can get you through these difficult times. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna heat up our pan. We're gonna be using, I am going to be using the following: olive oil, lots of it. You can use fresh tomatoes. I happen to be able to get these today. My brother-in-law got me some tomatoes, so I was really happy. But I was not going to make this with fresh tomatoes. I was going to use diced tomatoes because I didn't have fresh tomatoes. But I got lucky. And then I used a whole medium to large onion. And then I have, actually I can't hold them, but I have 5 eggs. I have some cilantro. I happen to have fresh cilantro. And then I'm going to use 4 garlic cloves. I also am going to use some black pepper. I'm going to use some smoked paprika. Of course, my light salt. I am going to use, at the end, some chili powder. I had to kind of do with this because I really didn't have what the recipe calls for, but we're gonna make it work, and that's what this is all about. I don't know, I've heard it being done 2 ways, but I'm gonna add some ground cumin to this because that's one of my favorite ingredients, and I don't think it can hurt, so it should be fine. And that's it. And so here we go. We are heating up our pan. We're gonna use a generous amount. Let me see, I know you can't see me, hang on. We are going to use a generous amount of, I use extra virgin olive oil, but you can use whatever you have. If you have regular oil, if you have butter, if you have vegetable oil, canola, whatever you have, this is what this is all about right now. So I'm gonna use a nice generous amount, because that is gonna become part of the sauce. I'm gonna let that heat up really nicely. And by the way, guys, this is all about using whatever you have around just to be safe and self-isolate so that we're not coming in contact with anybody or risking anything, maybe, you know, harming the elderly. We don't know what we have. So it's just sort of really self-isolate, stay home, and you might be missing certain things that you have, but there's a million things you can make with what you have in your cupboards. I guarantee you, and this is one of them. This is the most amazing, most simple, incredible meal you've ever had. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to add my onions. Let's see if this is hot. Perfect. That is so perfect. And then I'm going to smash my garlic. I have 4 good sized cloves. You can use 5, and that's just a matter of preference. It's really whatever you like. And you know what? If you didn't have fresh garlic and you used garlic powder, that would be okay too. Okay, so we are going to lower the flame a little bit. We want to do like a medium-high heat. And then I'm going to place my cloves in because, believe it or not, when you cook your garlic with your onions, sort of protects your garlic from burning. So cancels one another out and they don't burn, which is a wonderful thing. I actually just learned this. So that's what that looks like. It smells so good. And then we're gonna let that simmer and become nice and glossy. Okay. while we're waiting, I'm just gonna get a couple of things I need. Yes. Okay, perfect. Perfect. This is becoming nice and cooked. I am going to add my pepper. You can use whatever pepper you want, really. This recipe actually calls for anything you have. I've seen it done many different ways. For example, you can use peppers, or some people use carrots. I'm not really feeling that right now. I just want to kind of do it the most simplest way, just to support and help everybody out with ideas for a simplicity around cooking with the times that we're in right now. We're going to use a little bit of salt. You all know that I use the low sodium salt. So that is just salt to taste. You don't really need that much. We are going to use some smoked paprika. I'm going to let that really just toast. So I want to put it in before I put the tomatoes in, because I really want the flavors to explode. And that's what's going to happen. That smells so good. Very good. Yummy. Okay. What else? We're going to let that sit for a couple of minutes. Looks like it's cooking up very well. I'm going to challenge all of you to a self-isolation meal video. So, and that means whatever you have in your cabinets, in your fridge, in your cupboards, whatever you can do, give us some ideas, help everybody out. We're all in this together. See what you have that can obviously make a meal for your family, or also inspire others that are watching. Not everybody really knows how to make a meal out of what they have. You think you don't have, and then you do, because the idea is really not to go out during the self-isolation period. So the whole idea is just to use whatever you have, and that is very simple. We can do that. It's not that big of a deal. So these are just some tips and ideas on how to really eat healthy and enjoy. Okay, so that looks really fantastic, by the way. Smells amazing. What I'm going to do is I am going to add my tomatoes. Freshly cut tomatoes, but like I said, I almost use these diced tomatoes, which is perfect. Many people use these, and I was fine with that, but my brother-in-law did bring me these tomatoes, so I use them. So we're going to just plop them in and let them simmer and absorb all of the flavors from the onion and garlic and ingredients that we used. We are going to lower this just a little bit. Mix it all together. Cover it. It smells so good. The whole idea is that you want to be able to have something that's quick, easy, and simple for you and your family. I'm just saying, if things got tough, this could be like spaghetti and meatballs in a sense. So, and at the end, I am going to use some of our microgreens that we grow. My husband and I do grow some beautiful microgreens. I mean, hello, this is like a salad. Anybody can do this, and we will put some videos up and show you how you guys can just grow some things at home and feed your family with beautiful, healthy salads and things that are really wonderful for you. So, I'm gonna give this a little spin. It's cooking beautifully. We want to just have the tomatoes melt down, become very liquidy. Want to have them sweat, so I'm going to cover them. Let's just raise that a little bit. Okay, everybody, so now we are going to break the eggs and put them in the sauce. Here we go. We're going to make a spot for each egg that we're putting in. And they're going to melt right in. Very, very simple. it's sort of like you're poaching your eggs. Just let them cook in there. This is awesome. There we go. That's a third egg. My goal was 5, and I think I can do that. So what you want to do is just make a little sort of a cup for your eggs, and they are going to cook all on their own. No big deal. Here we go. This is easy. And then what you want to do is take the cover and just cover it. Let them cook. That's all there is to it. Definitely you are going to have a beautiful meal. I'm just going to clean up while that's cooking. So I want to show this to you. It's cooking like this. See that? It's steaming itself, marrying the flavors from the tomatoes, the garlic, the onions, and special seasonings. But there's 2 things that I want to add, and that one is a chili powder, being that I didn't have my desired ingredient. I want to have that because this can be done spicy or not. And then we love cumin, so we're going to add some comino. And that's that. This recipe you can add really whatever you want. If you had peppers and you needed that, you needed some vegetables or whatever you had, you can also incorporate that. At the very end, we will be adding some cilantro. This is just about done, and it is looking fabulous. It smells amazing. The aromas are to die for. You're gonna love this. This is something that I encourage you all to make at home. You can cook with your children, your husband, your family, and just enjoy the simplicity of different cultures and just eat and be healthy with whatever you have at home. Okay? I don't think we should be freaking out. We should use whatever we have and make beautiful meals. And I am right now going to encourage everybody to do a self-isolation meal challenge. So whatever you guys have in mind, if you have some ideas, or you, your husband, you and your kids, whomever wants to post a video on self-isolation meals, hashtag self-isolation meals. And we can all do this together. We'll get through this. Everybody's gonna be fine. So here you have it. It looks done. This is it. This is what it looks like. How amazing. Oh my God, if you could smell it. Oh my gosh, it smells so incredible. What a great recipe. By the way, who gave me this idea was my mother-in-law. And it is incredible. I don't think that many people really make this, so this is a really good thing to be able to like come up with and just carry on forever. So I am going to now pop it in a plate and taste it, and I'm gonna let you guys know how it comes out. So it looks amazing. I needed to add the cilantro, so I'm gonna take my stems and just peel off the cilantro leaves, because that's really all I want. And that will be the completion of this dish. Very, very simple. Simple, economical, yet culture is amazing and beautiful. And there you go. So this is the finished product. I'm so excited. This is the first time I've made this, by the way, you guys. Just to let you know, I got this recipe, as I said, from my mother-in-law, and I've never really made it. But like times like these, you want like comfort food. And so here we are. Here we are. Is that awesome? feel like Hell's Kitchen right now. It's so good. So anyway, everybody, look, I encourage you to enjoy. Go ahead and do your isolation videos for me. I want to see what you guys have in store. Challenge me. Let's do this. Use whatever you have. Do not shop. Don't go to the stores. Use what you have if at all possible. I mean, I really encourage you to isolate. We got this. Everything's going to be fine. I love you.